Elsbeth Season 2, Episode 11 introduces Tashoni's first real love interest in the show, but it sadly appears that the two won't be pursuing a long-term relationship anytime in the near future. Johan Grufford guest stars on the episode Tiny Town as Angus Oliphant Donachade, a Scottish musician with a voice that drips more gently than the rains over the Highland moors. Elsbeth is immediately charmed by his winsome personality, spending the night cuddling Gonzo on the couch as she listens to Angus's Spotify playlist and falls head over giggly heels with the Tasty Tartans tunes. The hitch is that, because he's in Scotland, Elsbeth can only contact Angus over the phone or over live stream. He stops answering her calls toward the end of the episode, but then Angus surprises Elsbeth by appearing in New York to serenade her and share a Valentine's Day kiss. This twist makes it seem as if Angus might be set up to join Elsbeth's cast of characters, but there are even greater reasons Angus deserves an ongoing role while awaiting Elsbeth's Season 3 renewal possibilities. Why Angus is Elsbeth's best bet for a proper romance. He actually likes her for more than just her hair. The funniest reveal of Tiny Town is that Angus isn't a musician by trade, but rather works for the fire department. This follows a running joke throughout the season that firefighters find Elsbeth irresistible on account of her red velvet hair color. However, while this has generally been established as a bit of a shallow tendency on their part, Angus is different. He unironically appreciates Elsbeth's fashion sense, notices her coats before her ostentatious headwear, indicating he's looking nowhere near her hair, and gets to know her as a person before putting the moves on her. Beyond all this, Angus could actually prove useful to Elsbeth. In the same way that Kaya's new medical examiner Bo has helped with 2 investigations thus far, Elsbeth has similarly worked with 2 fire marshals this season. It's never directly stated that Angus could fulfill a similar role, but it's also never stated that he couldn't. Putting Angus in a position where he could help Elsbeth with her investigations would only strengthen their bond that much more if the writers chose to go that route. Unfortunately, there's a hard emphasis on if. Sadly, Johan Grufford's Angus is only confirmed for 1 episode of Elsbeth. There's no current roadmap for bringing him back on the show. Johan Grufford as Angus in Elsbeth. Elsbeth herself notes a major issue with Angus, which is that he lives thousands of miles away. That isn't due to be resolved, since Carrie Preston told TV Line herself that there are no plans to bring Angus back for another episode. According to Preston, Elsbeth really enjoys being single in New York. Preston believes Elsbeth will always enjoy the memory of her time with Angus, but she doesn't see the character trying to turn that into a long-term courtship. This is unfortunate considering that Elsbeth Season 2 has seen its title character struggling with loneliness more than ever before. Aside from a visit from Elsbeth's son Teddy, she's clearly been feeling more isolated than usual since Kaya moved out. Giving her a nice romance would have been a clear way to resolve that character arc. But just as Angus sings of love I'll never know, it seems the writers of this series intend for Elsbeth herself to hum a similar tune for the foreseeable future.